Hello there and welcome to the show. Black economic empowerment. Because nothing says fixing inequality like funneling trillions to a handful of connected cronies while the rest of the country starves. I'm Mork, and today we're tearing into a policy that's been sold as South Africa's greatest equalizer, but might just be its biggest economic wrecking ball. Buckle up, because this one's gonna sting.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
No! God, please, no! No!
A new study estimates that BEE has cost South Africa a staggering 5 trillion in lost economic growth since 2007.
Shh. You're going to have to repeat that.
5 trillion.
Well, where'd you lose him? He ain't a set of fucking car keys, is he?
That's 69% of the country's potential GDP growth, flushed right down the drain, or the toilet. It's also linked to the loss of 4 million jobs. 192,000 jobs vanished every year because of sluggish growth.
Oh, fuck me. Your lady friend got a voice?
The report compares South Africa's BEE to affirmative action in places like Malaysia, India, Brazil, the US, and Namibia. And guess what? South Africa's version is the most heavy-handed and economically disastrous. The study says BEE shaved off 2% to 4% of GDP growth. That's 450 billion to 290 billion lost every single year. That adds up to 5 trillion in economic activity that just never happened. Another analysis backs this up, saying South Africa's economy grew by a measly 1% per year over the last 15 years, while the population grew at 1.3%. The result? Well, people are poorer now than they were in 2010. BEE's defenders claim it's about correcting past wrongs, but critics argue it's enriched a tiny, politically connected elite while leaving millions in poverty. One expert said R1 trillion has been funneled to fewer than 100 people since 1994. That's not empowerment, that's just straight up stealing.
Some men aren't looking for anything logical, like money. They can't be bought, bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn.
This is absolutely nuts. BEE was supposed to lift the disadvantaged, but instead it's been a masterclass in how to tank an economy while pretending you're saving it. You see, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, and BEE is the poster child for that.
Good one. Yep, that's a good one.
But here's the deeper issue. Discrimination based on race is racism, no matter how you dress it up. Good intentions don't change the math. If you're picking winners and losers based on skin color, that's not empowering, that's racism.
Give Gondor the weapon of the enemy. Let us use it against him.
You cannot wield it. None of us can. The One Ring answers to Sauron alone. It has no other master.
Let's break it down. 5 trillion. 5 trillion. That's a number so big it's hard to wrap your head around. If I had to give you R1 million every day, it would take you 13,698 years. Not days, not months, years. 13,698 years to hit 5 trillion.
Very, very long time ago.
That's longer than human civilization has existed. Imagine waking up every morning, getting R1 million and still needing over 13 millennia to match the wealth BEE has cost South Africa. That's not a policy, that's absolute catastrophe. And jobs, 4 million jobs gone. That's not a statistic, that's millions of families who can't put food on the table because BEE's bloated regulations and crony handouts choke the economy. South Africa's unemployment rate is already a nightmare, over 30%, some estimate at 40%. Yet we're doubling down on a policy that's been bleeding us dry for decades. Why? Because it's politically untouchable. Say anything about BEE and you're labeled a bigot or a racist.
Heil Hitler.
But here's the truth. Criticizing a policy isn't criticizing a race. It's calling out a system that's failed the very people it claims to help. Principally, libertarians like me believe in merit, not quotas. You want a thriving economy? Let people compete. Reward talent, not connections. People defending BEE will say it's about historical justice. But how is funneling R1 trillion to fewer than 100 politically connected fat cats justice? That's not empowerment, that's just straight up looting. And it's not just the elite who benefit. The system's rigged to keep the ANC, their families, and friends in power. It's corruption with a moral halo.
Find the halo. Win the war.
No, not that halo. Meanwhile, the average South African is worse off than 15 years ago. GDP per capita, stagnant. Poverty, skyrocketing. Inequality, worse than ever. This isn't progress. This is a betrayal by the people you voted into power. And don't get me started on the cultural rot. BEE pushes the idea that your worth depends on your race, not your work. That's poison. It pits people against each other, breeds resentment, and kills the dream of a united South Africa. We're not building a nation, we're building a hierarchy where the connected get rich and everybody else gets screwed. Want real empowerment? Invest in schools, not cronies. Build infrastructure, not empires. It's created a few billionaires while the rest of us have to fight over scraps.
Oh, hell no!
The kicker, even the World Bank called BEE a drag on the economy. They've estimated it cost $150 billion a year in premiums, fancy word for legalized extortion. And yet the government's response is to propose a $100 billion transformation fund. More money thrown at a broken system. It's like trying to fix a sinking ship by drilling more holes into it. This isn't just bad policy, it's a deliberate choice to enrich the elites at the expense of the poor. And that's where my anti-establishment blood boils. The government, the media, they'll defend BEE to the death because it keeps the power intact. And the rest of us, well, we're paying the price.
Son of a bitch! You done messed up!
So, where does this leave us? BEE is a failure, not because of its intentions, but because of its results. 5 trillion gone, 4 million jobs lost, a tiny elite enriched while the rest of South Africa suffers. This isn't empowerment, it's discrimination dressed up as progress. And if we keep pretending otherwise, we'll just be signing up for more pain. Build an economy on merit, not quotas. And for God's sake, stop throwing money at a system that's been lying to us for decades. South Africa deserves better. We deserve a future where hard work matters more than political connections. Until we ditch BEE and its racist core, we're just digging our own graves.
You're on thin fucking ice, my pedigree chums. And I shall be under it when it breaks.
Anyway, that's all I have. Thanks so much for watching. As always, please hit the like, the subscribe if you enjoyed this video. But most of all, please leave me a comment. It really helps. Anyways, see you guys again soon. Cheers!